Nancy Pelosi discusses signing the recent letter to not send aid pending investigation into aid workers' death and options for President Biden. So she signed that letter. Oh, I'm not gonna do that. We're standing firm. You know, that pretend bullshit. When I heard Nancy Pelosi signed that letter, I was like, oh, this is bullshit. Then this is not at all anything that's real. This is some bullshit. All right, so she signed this letter that supposedly is taking a stand for something, right? Stand for something for Palestine. Don't give them an aid until this. You mean that fake sham investigation that Israel put out in like 24 hours? You talking about that? That cleared your threshold? Well, apparently so, because in the video where she's on to discuss how she's putting up a fight to hold back aid, she says, we're not going to hold back aid. That's what Nancy Pelosi says here. Nancy Pelosi admits she doesn't want to condition aid to Israel as she's being interviewed on MSNBC about signing a letter to condition aid to Israel. You like that one? You like that one? So let's listen to Nancy Pelosi.
A phone call with Prime Minister Netanyahu last week expressed real unhappiness with how the war is being conducted in Gaza. I know a number of Democrats have done the same, particularly after that strike that killed those humanitarian workers. The Prime Minister yesterday said, look, I'm setting a date for a Rafah invasion. That's still going to go ahead. He didn't say when that would be. You are among those who have said aid to Israel, military aid to Israel, should be conditioned. Explain to us what you mean, what conditions and why.
Well, let me be very specific. The letter was about the attack on the
aid workers.
The workers.
So you get what she's saying? She'll withhold aid money for the Westerners that were killed in the food kitchen. I forget the name. But anyway, for those Westerners, she'll withhold the money. And that's what she's making. Hold on. What do you mean withhold aid here? Bozo. That letter was just about holding with aid until an investigation was done, and that's already been done. Don't confuse it with withholding funds. So she wanted to make that crystal clear. She's not about withholding no funds to nobody, sir. Let's listen.
You are among those who have said aid to Israel, military aid to Israel, should be conditioned. Explain to us what you mean, what conditions and why.
Well, let me be very specific. The letter was about the attack on the
Westerners.
The workers. It said until there is an investigation. And they said they were doing an investigation. Now, I think the investigation should be an independent one. And I said that.
Which they haven't done.
And Secretary Blinken said that. Jose Andres said that. It should be an independent one. But nonetheless, that letter said there should be an investigation. It didn't enlarge the issue to everything else. Now, you have to know that we have the Leahy language in the law, which says that if we give you assistance, as we do give to Israel, you cannot interfere with our giving humanitarianism.
But they have been doing that. They have been doing that. There's literally hundreds of trucks sitting without a driver, just sitting with the supplies outside of the border. Hundreds.
Assistance. So there's some
she's so bad at this. She is the highest ranking person in leadership that's bad at lying, that's bad at propaganda, that's bad at interview. She is the highest ranking person that's bad. She doesn't give, she's very bad at selling something. She just kind of goes with her hand. That's it. And we're supposed to go, oh, okay. You did your hand like this. So that means this. Okay.
Conversation that will be had about this in the Senate and in the House. It's really such a tragedy. Look, October 7th was barbaric. It was horrible what they did to the Israeli people and the rest. Hamas is a terrorist organization. We need to free the hostages, all of the hostages. But nearly 33,000 people dying, people starving, hydration, famine, and the rest. There has to be a better way.
Mika?
And so
you see how the United States empire would react to the killing, the massacre of indigenous people? You just have wimpy people watching the massacre going, there's got to be a better way to this. As the massacre continues. Same with enslaving Africans. It's a better way to build this country, but not willing to put their own. Aaron Bushnell is an exception to the rule when it comes to this shit. But anyway, Pelosi, it pains me not to give money to my favorite settler colonial project. This could slow down atrocities and land theft on the brown indigenous people. Why did they have to kill Westerners and spoil the party? That's essentially what she's saying here. Thank you for that, ARJ 1997. Yeah. All right, so that does it for the segment with Nancy Pelosi. She goes into some slightly different items that not here to cover. Just wanted to cover the part of her saying she's not down with the holding back funding for Israel, conditioning. Nah, what you talking about? I am not doing that.